Hey friends, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here today. We're diving into something truly fascinating, something happening in your body right now every single second without you even noticing. It's called hemostasis. Now that might sound like a word from a medical textbook, but hang in there. It's actually one of the most awe-inspiring examples of how God designed life to keep us alive and well. Hemostasis is the process that stops bleeding when we get hurt. Sounds simple, right? You get a paper cut, it bleeds a bit, and then it stops. But what happens behind the scenes is like watching a billion-dollar tech company spring into action with communication networks, backup systems, and even emergency alerts firing all at once. If you've ever seen a movie where a control center goes into high alert, screens flashing, people shouting, data moving, that's kind of what happens inside your body when a blood vessel is damaged. So today, we're going to explore how that works. But even more than that, we'll look at how this process points to the incredible wisdom and intention of God, the same God who built this emergency repair system into every human being on earth. So, sit back, relax, and let's take a closer look at how your body keeps you alive, one drop of blood at a time. Let's ground this in Scripture for a moment. Psalm 139:14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. This verse reminds us that God didn't just create life, He designed it with stunning detail. Every system in your body, and from your heartbeat to your breathing to your ability to heal, is a living testimony to divine wisdom. Hemostasis is one of those wonders. It's not chaotic or random. It's a perfectly choreographed dance between your blood vessels, your platelets, and your plasma proteins. They all have specific roles, specific timing, and specific ways to communicate. Think about that. Your blood literally talks to itself. It sends chemical messages like text alerts saying, hey, we've got a leak here. Then platelets, the first responders, rush in like EMTs arriving at an accident scene, and behind them a whole support crew shows up, specialized proteins that form a net-like structure to plug the wound. Psalm 147:3 also says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. That's not just spiritual, it's also a reflection of what happens in your body. God literally created a system that binds your wounds from the inside out. The more you learn about hemostasis, the more it becomes impossible to believe it happened by accident. Let's break it down in everyday language. Hemostasis basically happens in 3 stages, kind of like a 3-step repair plan. Step 1 is vascular spasm. That's when the injured blood vessel tightens up like turning off a faucet. It's your body's first move to reduce blood loss. Step 2 is platelet plug formation. Platelets, which are tiny cell fragments, rush to the scene. They start sticking together and to the damaged area, forming a temporary plug. You can think of them like quick fix patches, kind of like putting duct tape over a small leak before doing a full repair. Step 3 is coagulation. This is where it gets really technical but amazing. Your body starts a chemical chain reaction, activating a series of proteins called clotting factors. They work like dominoes. One activates the next until they form fibrin, a protein that weaves together into a mesh. This mesh locks the platelet plug in place, creating a stable clot. And when the job's done, your body even knows how to remove the clot so blood can flow normally again. Imagine a construction crew that not only builds a bridge overnight, but also dismantles it perfectly when it's no longer needed. That's hemostasis. Let's make it real. Imagine you spill coffee on your laptop. You panic, grab a towel, and start damage control. Your body does the same when a blood vessel breaks. It acts fast to prevent a total system crash. The blood vessel tightens like you quickly closing your laptop to stop the spill. Platelets are like the towel. They absorb the problem and start containment. Then fibrin steps in like digital engineers restoring the hard drive, sealing up every glitch until it's fully functional again. Or think of it like your smartphone security system. When there's a threat, say a hacking attempt, firewalls kick in automatically. No one has to tell them what to do. They just know. That's what your platelets and clotting factors do. They have built-in instructions that know exactly how to protect the body. And here's what's wild. If just one small part of this system doesn't work right, things can get dangerous fast. You could either bleed too much or form clots where you shouldn't, which can block blood flow. That's why every part of the system must be balanced. Balance, that's the key word. Just like in social media, too much posting can overwhelm people, and too little makes you invisible. Your body keeps that perfect balance 24/7 automatically. Now here's where this gets personal. When you look at something like hemostasis, this precise split-second coordination, it reminds you that you were designed intentionally. You're not a random collection of cells. You're a masterpiece built for life, purpose, and resilience. Even when you get hurt, physically or emotionally, your body and soul are wired for healing. Isn't that incredible? God didn't just create a system to stop bleeding. He built a system to remind us that restoration is part of His nature. When you fall, when you break, when life cuts deep, He's already built in the tools for repair. And just like the platelets rush to stop the leak, we can be like that in our relationships. Maybe someone around you is hurting. Maybe they've been cut by words, rejection, or disappointment. You can be that first responder, the one who helps stop the bleeding with kindness, forgiveness, or encouragement. It's easy to scroll past pain online, but healing starts when we show up, when we say, "I see you and I care." That's hemostasis in action, not just in your body, but in your spirit. So, let's wrap this up. Hemostasis, that word we started with, might sound like something only doctors should understand, but now you know it's the miracle that happens inside you every time you get hurt. It's your body's way of saying, "I've got you, I'll fix this." And behind that system is a creator who thought of everything: the sensors, the responders, the builders, and even the cleanup crew. Next time you get a paper cut or scrape your knee, take a second to appreciate what's happening under the surface. It's not just biology. It's a symphony of grace, design, and divine love. Psalm 139:14 wasn't exaggerating when it said, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made." You truly are. Every heartbeat, every breath, every drop of blood is proof of that. So keep learning, keep marveling, and never forget, your body isn't just a machine. It's a living reminder that you were created with purpose and precision. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.